everybody, I'm Drano Jess. Recently, a soccer team at a university in Virginia has had to undergo quarantine measures because a few of the girls had tested positive for the coronavirus. Today, I'll be speaking with head coach Philip Ben about how he has been managing the new normal for him and his soccer players in order to keep everyone safe and healthy. Hi, Philip. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. So again, thanks for doing this interview. Obviously, times are pretty different this year, more than any of the other years you've coached. So I know you're aware, I spoke with one of your soccer players, Hannah Shea, who kind of told me about how you guys are in a phase opening. Can you kind of tell me a little bit more about what that means?
Sure.
And how, you're planning on resuming playing games?
Yeah, really for the fall, we've entered into a phased program, moving in actually 3 phases. We're currently in phase 1, where we're allowed to practice 5 days a week for one hour each phase, and those got to be in groups of 10, pods of 10 that stay the same. There's no contact, so it's designed to move our athletes along. It's been a long time. A lot of them lost their spring seasons, and so they haven't been in any organized play. So it's a gradual comeback. And phase 1 lasts for us 2 weeks. Then phase 2 will start August 1st. Then we can start going, an hour and a half, and we can do it in groups of 25. So it just brings along, and then we can join contact in phase 2.
Yeah. So what kind of measures have you kind of implemented when you've been practicing soccer during this time?
Yeah, like I said, we're in pods of 10, so that those 10 stay the same, and so there's no intermingling between the two. And then each day they got to do a self-assessment and send it to me. So every morning, they got to check off if they have any symptoms, or have they been in close proximity to someone with COVID. And then, they email me that daily checklist. So we get that every day. And then, it helps. And that goes also to our medical staff. And if any red flags pop up, and then they're pulled aside from the medical staff. And we were fortunate our institution tested as we came in. As you said, we had a few outbreaks, and those individuals were tested a little bit more rigorously.
Yeah. I know also you've had to have your players start seeing cardiologists, and you guys have also been monitoring everybody's heart rates and everything, with if some people have Fitbits or Apple Watches.
Sure.
You guys have been kind of getting everybody to monitor it that way. Has that been an effective way, you believe?
Yeah, anyone that was isolated, and you were isolated if you actually test positive, so you were isolated, and those that tested positive have to come and meet with our doctor and our team physician and get their heart checked out to make sure there wasn't any effect on the heart. Once that's passed, and then they can rejoin the team. And those that were in quarantine, those are the people that were, close proximity to someone with COVID. They don't have to see the doctor, but again, then whether you were in quarantine or whether you're isolated, you start a return to play, which starts at 50% heart rate, and it builds up over 2 weeks to where you can be at full go.
Okay. And I know as of right now, you have all the freshmen, doing practices, and the upperclassmen are currently coming in. Have they been able to adjust kind of to the new normal of how you're kind of doing things right now?
Yeah, and everyone talks about the uncertainty. The freshmen got here earlier, so we were able to get them going. And then we had a little hiccup with some cases with them, and then the upper class came in and joined us, and and we had a few or one positive out of that group, but a number in quarantine. So, trying to keep track of who's coming back when, and what stage they are in the return to play. For the coaching staff is tough. When we come in to practice in upper class, we had a group just join us yesterday, and we've been almost training for a whole month with the freshmen. The group that joined us yesterday, we lay out cones. They come, put their bag, put their water bottle down. So they're getting, I got to remind them social distance as we're training, because there is no contact at this point. So, I got my freshmen trained, and I'm still working on my upper class. So,
yeah, I know some of your players have decided to not practice right now, so you don't have currently everybody practicing. Is that correct?
Yeah, right now we have, the school gave all students options: stay online and stay home, or stay online and be on campus. 5 of my players opted to stay at home. And they're in Maryland and hours away. So that brought our numbers down to 25. And again, some of the upperclassmen are joining. Yesterday at training, we had 20, and right now, a couple have jobs that we let off, and one's coming back from a concussion, and then we have a couple, and they're waiting to see the doctor. So, so it's slowly building up to where we got a full team training.
Oh my goodness. So obviously, I know you said before you've been, you have cones and stuff in place, and I know you've been probably using face masks and trying to social distance. Have the team been pretty kind of like abiding by those measures?
Yeah, I mean, we got a great group, and they've been really good about. Basically, our rule is, you come on the field, you keep your mask on. You set your bag, you get your cleats on, and as soon as we start moving and training, and the whole session's designed to stay apart, they can take their masks off at that point. We're waiting for our gaiters to come in to where. That would enable them to throw it up over their mouth a little bit quicker, and then as we come in and talk to them. So but they've been real good, and we've gotten a lot of recognition on campus as being a team following the protocols.
That's amazing. So have you had to do anything differently with kind of sanitizing equipment? Because obviously hygiene is pretty essential right now. So I was just kind of curious if you're doing anything differently with that.
Yeah, we are. I mean, as I said, they put their bags, their water, they bring their own water bottles. And we're only going an hour. So, we'll give them a couple water breaks in that time. But, they got their own water bottle. We clean the balls after every practice, and we've designed, again, practices like they're not using their hands at all, except the goalies when we train them, and they have gloves on. Anyway, so we've designed our practices really to minimize contact, where they, using their hands, and we don't throw the ball in. We haven't done that all year, but and then the athletic training staff will bring out the water. If we do need water, they'll bring it out to the field, and then they'll sanitize that afterwards also. So, trying to keep it clean, trying to keep it apart right now.
Yeah, I definitely understand. So I was just curious, do you have like a personal message for other coaches or players who are trying to engage in sporting events at this time, who might be struggling to participate in sporting events?
I think we're fortunate for our athletes to be able to come out and train, and it's a great release for them. We're online. So, I would say just hang in there. We're in a phase. It's going to get better every day. The optimism there. And, our goal is hopefully to be having games in the spring. And I know a lot of the clubs in the United States are starting to play games. So we're getting back there. It's going to take some time, but everyone hang in there, and let's just hope it gets better every day.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, Philip, for doing this interview with me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Jessica.
If you would like to hear more stories like Roanoke College soccer player Hannah Shea and Coach Philip Benz, please don't forget to subscribe below. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, remember social distancing, and follow your government's guidelines on the COVID-19 pandemic.